Johnny Carson spent more than 3 decades sitting under the bright lights of The Tonight Show, talking, laughing, and joking with Hollywood's biggest legends. To the millions watching at home, those moments seem perfect. The charming host sharing easy laughter with glamorous stars from television, film, and music. But what the public never saw was the darker reality that sometimes unfolded behind the scenes. Carson, known for his professionalism and razor-sharp timing, encountered many guests who were not at all like their friendly on-screen personas. Some of them, he later revealed, showed such arrogance and cruelty that he quietly labeled them as truly evil. He never said those words lightly. For a man who valued courtesy, humility, and class, witnessing that side of the entertainment world left a deep impression that stayed with him long after the applause faded. In private, Carson often confided to close friends and staff that certain Golden Age celebrities, those beloved icons from the 1,950 seconds and 1,960 seconds, behaved like tyrants once the camera stopped rolling. There were movie stars who arrived late, expecting everyone to wait for them without apology. Some threw tantrums in their dressing rooms, shouting at assistants or demanding expensive champagne at 2 a.m. Others belittled the stage crew, refusing to shake hands or make eye contact with the less important people who made the show run smoothly. One famous actress, adored by fans for her charm, became unrecognizably rude backstage, yelling at her publicist, criticizing the furniture, and demanding that Carson change his questions to make her look smarter. Carson would keep his composure, smiling and delivering his monologue as if nothing had happened, but inside he felt disgusted. He often said privately that the mask of fame could hide the ugliest faces. Some of the guests who came on his show had a chilling kind of arrogance, the kind that made ordinary kindness seem beneath them. A few even took pleasure in embarrassing others. Carson once told his crew that a certain leading man, considered a Hollywood hero by audiences, made jokes at the expense of the staff just to watch them squirm. Another so-called family favorite treated female guests with an uncomfortable level of disrespect, making everyone on set uneasy. Despite these experiences, Carson rarely let his audience see his disappointment. He knew that television was built on illusion, and the illusion had to stay perfect. But when he looked back on his long career, he admitted that some of those so-called legends left a bitter taste. He never named them outright, but his tone said enough. He spoke of 9 Golden Age guests who shocked him with their hypocrisy, people who smiled for the nation while their hearts were cold. For Carson, who believed that talent and decency should go hand in hand, it was a painful realization. He learned that fame often protects people from consequences. Those evil guests continued to be adored by the public, their reputations polished by studio machines and fan magazines. But Carson and his crew knew the truth. They saw the tantrums, the cruelty, the disrespect that no newspaper dared to print. Decades later, when stories of Hollywood scandals began to surface, Carson's old comments suddenly made perfect sense. The golden glow of that era wasn't as pure as it seemed. Carson's memories became quiet lessons for the new generation of entertainers. Behind the laughter and applause, he discovered that the line between charm and deceit can be dangerously thin. The same people who made millions laugh could also make others cry once the lights went out. In the end, Johnny Carson remained what he always was, a man who valued respect more than fame. His reflections on those dark encounters remind us that even in the most glamorous corner of show business, true character always reveals itself, sometimes in ways far more disturbing than the public could ever imagine.